I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there are way too many Ninja Turtles figures out there today. Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan. Welcome back to my channel for another video. If you guys are new here and you enjoy what you see today, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So leave me a comment down below, hit that like button, do all that fun YouTube-y stuff. Today, we're gonna do some reviewing because like I mentioned, there are so many different TMNT action figures out there. And honestly, I think that's great. I think it's great that there are so many varieties, so many different eras of this franchise being represented. But the reality is I can't collect all of it. And I don't think you guys can either. Maybe some of you can, but it's a lot. However, I got to admit, I'm having fun with the basic Mutant Mayhem figures. I just really like this newer iteration of the franchise. I think it's another fun reboot. And of course, it doesn't replace anything else that came before it that I love. It's just more love for the franchise. And one of the things that I really love is when we get new mutants. And boy, oh boy, is Playmates Toys giving us a lot of fun new mutants right now. So I've been picking these up. What we're seeing today isn't all the new stuff because so much new stuff is hitting all at once, but here's a hodgepodge, a mixture, a selection of some of the newer Mutant Mayhem action figures that are hitting stores right now. Let's get into it.
Oh man, so we've got a whole slew of these guys that I want to open up and take a look at here today. These are just some of the ones that I've been able to find, so fair warning, this is not all of the new ones that are out right now. There are still more that I'm attempting to track down because, man, out of nowhere, it feels like Playmates just went crazy with new figures, and many of these new figures are like brand new characters, like new mutants, which is the stuff that we really want in these lines. So we've got a couple different distinctions here. You'll notice some of these are still using the Mutant Mayhem card backs, kind of continuing the movie line, but then we're seeing this packaging refresh over here with the new Tales of the TMNT logo at the top, which is inspired by the new animated series. And also, these right here have the Mutants Unleashed logo at the bottom because the ones I've got here specifically are inspired by that new video game that's coming out. So we got multiple levels here. Movie, TV show, video game. It's wild. There's a lot going on with Ninja Turtles, and as always, there are so many toys for Ninja Turtles. So I was really excited about these specifically because anytime we get new mutants, I think that's what makes Turtles fun. So these two characters here, I believe, are from the new video game. They're certainly not in the Tales of the TMNT series that's out right now because I've watched that all the way through. Crabapult and Turbo Cammy. Unfortunately, I have not found Cammy yet, but I do have Crabapult here, as well as high school Michelangelo. I love the distinction there with separating his name, like he said in the movie, and high school Raphael. So those obviously are from the movie, but they're in this new packaging. But then we're also taking a look at young Splinter and Mutant Tots, Bebop, and Rocksteady, along with an updated Superfly with Small Fry. I love that they're calling him Small Fry. Babies are always awesome in these lines. I always love the toddler turtles. And speaking on that, did you guys even know about these? Because we got all these blind bags here too. These are the Mutant Mayhem Mini Mutant Tots blind bags. So it's funny because it's the same 4 Turtle Tots that we've seen released individually, but also the same Bebop, Rocksteady, and Superfly that we've got carded right back here. However, these all have like a mutagen oozed paint deco on them, so it differentiates them a little bit. So I think I have a full set here, thanks to my good friend John Coleman. Thank you, John, for the hookup on these. So let's dive into all this. Let's just rip all this out of the packaging. You know what? I want to start by opening up the blind bags here. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to bring in my trusty scissors and we will open these up one by one. It has been a while since I've opened some blind bags. I don't buy a lot of blind bag toys these days unless they get me with something like Ninja Turtles here. Oh, very cool. So here's our Donatello. Oh, here's an important distinction. No weapons with the blind bags. So it's just the figures themselves. The versions we got for the movie last year actually came with weapons. But here's Donnie. He's adorable with those giant oversized glasses. But I love how they even slimed the rim of the glasses with the ooze. That's hilarious. I love that the bags actually say ooze splattered toys. That's amazing. I could tell right away that this one was going to be our big boy Raph. He's chonky. He was heavy in the package there. So there's our ooze splattered Raph. This one might be one of the new guys. Feels a little different in here. Ah, look at that. Look at how adorable little baby Rocksteady is. Now, here's a fun distinction. The ooze that they put on the bad guys, or quote bad guys, is purple, which is a good reference to the vintage toy line where we had the evil foot ooze and then the normal retro mutagen ooze, the green and the purple ooze. Even though, you know, in the movie, it wasn't purple. That's still a fun nod for old school fans. Oh, we have another Donnie. Oh, bummer. Was really hoping I was going to get a full set here. Looks like I might have duplicates of Donnie. That's okay. There's Mikey. I love him. Also, if you're having a hard time telling the turtles, you can look at the back of the package. Oh, which I apparently did, because that's Leonardo. Of course, Michelangelo's got the darker green in this iteration. So I'm thinking Mikey is the one that I am now missing, since I have two Donatellos. So these, hopefully, will be our other mutants. Yes, we've got Superfly. Oh my gosh, look at him. Who knew he was going to turn out to be such a jerk? He's so cute as a little baby Superfly. Little small fry. Look at the wings. Those are great. Yeah, that's awesome. Again, purple ooze. So this one definitely feels like one of the newer guys. So will this be Bebop? Boom. Look at our little Bebop. With his hair just sticking straight up. It's not even a mohawk yet. It's just crazy hair sticking straight up. I love it. I love it. Also, like, oh, is he wearing like he's wearing like paint or something with the purple ooze still splattered on top of him. These are great. These are a lot of fun. Aside from the fact that I'm gonna have to track down a Mikey just to complete this set since I have two Donnies. I love these. These are great. All right, so let's start with the carded toddlers, since we just looked at those blind bag versions, and I can bring in comparisons right away to show you that they are indeed the same figures, just without the little ooze stains on them this time around. But again, the blind bag ones don't have any accessories. The carded ones are going to give you some accessories. So like Bebop's got this little blue crayon that he's holding in his hand, which might explain the little marks all over him. He's been drawn on himself. But also we get a little boombox, which actually I think that's pretty great because him and Rocksteady were carrying that boombox in the Mutant Mayhem film. So it's pretty great to see like a tiny little boombox with our toddler Bebop there. Toddler Rocksteady. Also great. Again, same figure that we just saw from the blind bags there without those purple ooze stains. But I love that Rocksteady comes with a bat, but not just like a bat. It's totally supposed to look like a little foam bat. It's like a little toy bat. And then we also get this little pigeon, which I don't know why that's included unless Rocksteady is hitting the pigeon with his bat. I mean, maybe that's what he's doing. That's pretty awful. And then we've got our baby Superfly, which again, super cute. Same one that I showed you before from the blind bag. I will say the color of the blue is slightly different. It's a little bit more blue on this one. This one almost has a bit of a purpley tint to it. But otherwise, they are the same figure. Very, very cute. Now, this little toddler Superfly comes packaged on a blister card with a new version of the fully mutated Superfly. Now, I do think it's important to do a comparison time right here to show them alongside the very first version of Superfly that came out in the Mutant Mayhem line. Just to show you guys, it is the exact same figure. It's just painted different. In fact, he's got less paint. You'll notice that the first release had several shades of green and whites and the yellow used for this ripped suit and shirt. Whereas on the new one, they just left it all unpainted white with the exception of the yellow for the tie. They also changed his pants from tan to green. But the other distinction is the skin tone, because now he is molded or painted maybe with this like metallic pearlized blue, which I will say looks very good and has a really cool fly element to it, since it's got that little bit of a metallic marbly look to it. However, I will say I feel like this would have been a great opportunity to give us a new sculpt for Superfly, because of course, if you've seen the movie, you know that this is totally inaccurate to how he looks. He did not have ripped, tattered clothes like this. There was no shoe hanging off his foot. There was no tattered, ripped shirt like this. He looked quite a bit different in the movie. And I don't know what this is based on. I don't know if this is something that Playmates just did on their own. I mean, things with like the torn shoe and everything, all of that is very vintage Playmates. But is this maybe based on like a concept design that we haven't seen or something? I don't know. I just really think this would have been very cool to get an actual accurate Superfly figure to the movie rather than just a repaint of the same figure. However, baby Superfly is pretty cute. I can't deny that. So that brings us to young Splinter. This was a flashback little montage in the film, which is fun. It's cute. This is a really great idea for a figure just because of the look. If you aren't aware or you didn't catch the reference, young Splinter here is inspired by young Kevin Eastman. The hair, the mustache, all of that, it's young Kevin Eastman. So that is actually pretty fun to make Splinter look like one of the creators of Ninja Turtles. Fun fact, the hair is flocked, which is amazing. Having this flocked afro, this flocked Kevin Eastman afro is pretty awesome there. I love the details like the Big Apple New York shirt. He comes with the mop so he can do some training like we saw in the film. He's also got this record player, which is just a fun little accessory. I always like just random little like household type accessories like this. I think it's pretty cool. You did see him fall over, so I will point out standing is a bit weird with this guy just because of the way he's sculpted. It's almost like I can't get him balanced too good, and his tail does that thing where like you could tell they curled it so that it would be laying on the ground, but it's longer than his feet, so it's not going to work the way you want it to. You're going to have to turn the tail out to the side there. So the articulation's a little wonky on this guy, and it does get in the way of standing him, which is a bit unfortunate. But other than that, I do think he's a really fun design. And I'm glad we got this fun reference to one of the past creators in action figure form. And I totally dig the flocked hair. High school Michelangelo and Raphael are a lot of fun. I actually hope we get all four of them in their high school look, since that was like a big part to the end of the movie, right? First time we've ever had the Turtles kind of go public and go out like this and decide to try to live life normal. I think that's a really interesting twist that we've never seen before. And these are really, really fun designs. So Michelangelo has a orange Hawaiian shirt on, which totally fits his personality. I just think this is really great. I always do think the Turtles look a little weird with their masks removed, but if you can get past that, I think this is a really fun looking figure here. His little satchel is removable. You can pop that off the figure if you want to. And as another accessory, he also comes with this little microphone stand where the microphone is removable from the stand, which is a beautiful touch, so that Mikey can practice his stand-up comedy for his talent show or whatever's going on. But I think that's a really fun accessory. Again, I'm a big fan of these kind of like just random everyday accessories like this. I think that is actually a lot of fun. Raphael is even better, in my opinion. Maybe it's just because I'm a big Raph fan. I love that he comes with dumbbells so he can work out, right? That's totally his character. I love the angry kind of grimace on his face with his missing tooth. Also, look at his shirt. You're not Up Dog. I assume this is like a play on the classic Up Dog joke. You know, what's Up Dog? It's driving me nuts that that's the wrong version of your, but maybe that makes me a nerd. I don't know. But still, really fun look. Obviously, still rocking the red. He's got like this flannel shirt on over his t-shirt. The book bag here is also removable. Of course, you can take the weights out of his hands, and you can pull the backpack off of his back if you want to. It's a really solid backpack. I was actually like kind of surprised by like how rigid it is, but the straps still move good enough that it's pretty easy to get on and off of his arms. But still, like these civilian turtles, I think these are fun, and I hope we see the rest of the team. All right, so that brings me to the last one I have for today that I've picked up so far, and that is Crabapult. This is one of the brand new mutants that comes from that Mutants Unleashed video game, and I love this guy. Seriously, I love his design. Now, figure-wise, he's got some issues as far as, like, his joints are a little loose in his knees, and he can be top-heavy, specifically with his little garbage can shell that I'm going to show you in just a little bit. But I want to take a moment to appreciate his design, because he looks like a gym bro. I love that he's got, like, the tank top, and, like, the short shorts, and the high socks, and the wristbands, and the headband. He's got a kettlebell for an accessory, which can be clipped in his big giant claw there. Dude, I love this. I think this is so, so fun. And then, yeah, he's a crab, so his shell is a trash can, like a green trash can. And it looks like he's got like some makeshift like bombs or something hanging off of the side of it there, because I think he does fling bombs or something like that. But you can see there's a little peg on the bottom and on his back, so you can plug that into his back to complete the look since he's a crab. However, this is where the problem comes in, because that thing is solid and it's heavy, which makes this figure totally impossible to stand up with a shell. I mean, come on. He needs a stand or something if we're going to make his legs so little like that, and like his knees are so weak. Man, I'm trying to even like do the hunched over thing, and it's just, oh my God, I did it. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. So he also comes with this little guy here, and I'm assuming, maybe, I don't know for sure, is this him as a baby? Is this unmutated Crabapult? Because it's a little baby crab with, it looks like a shell like in a can. He's using a can as a shell. Either way, that's a really, really cute little accessory. And he's a short mutant, like, right? Here's Raphael standing next to him, just so you can see. Here's Michelangelo standing next to him. He's a really, really fun design. He doesn't stand great, but he's a really, really fun design.
So there you go, my friends. There's my look at several of the Mutant Mayhem or Tales of the TMNT action figures from Playmates Toys that are hitting store shelves right now. But this isn't even close to all of them. In fact, I'll be doing another video very soon because I've already picked up a whole bunch of new mutants that they've put out. It's crazy, but it is fun. I love seeing all the new characters that we're getting. I think that's one of the things that keeps Ninja Turtles interesting, right? All the fun mutant characters. That's what always made the old toy lines fun. It's what I like about the new toy line here as well. So stay tuned, because I'll definitely be covering more of those in the very near future. So everything you saw in the video today, I actually was lucky and found at Walmart. They've been getting these big end caps, like stuffed with these things. So if you haven't found them yet, keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully you guys will run into them as well. As always, thank you guys so very much for joining me. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of these. Let me know what your favorite of the New Mutants is, and tell me why it's Crabapult, because he's definitely the best. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, my friends.